shot up. That is in. Barber's the win. Have room to run. Also, district champion. Toronto, Henry, both there. Henry is long running down. Walnut Grove. Basketball is good. An A and a B team set up, so we'll see how this goes. Tigers, 8th grade. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Joey Barber will fumble that a little bit, and we're going to have a 1st and 10 for the Buckskins. Chain crew getting in place, a little off track right now, but they'll get back on track pretty soon, I am sure. But once again, thank you for joining here. A little bit wonky on the frames, but I'll do my best here to keep them less wonky for you. Figuring out a solution for that. Anyways, I think I've got the hissing solution sorted out. If not, we'll tinker with that too. Joey Barber lines up a little bit of wildcat formation here. Buckskins quarterback under center. Everyone else off target, and, well, evidently he did not want his running back to go to that side of the ball. This time the handoff is a fullback dive. That is going, well, he'll get a yard out of that. So first play of the game is positive yardage for the Buckskins. Middle school Tigers here coming off a victory in Rolla last week on the road. 8th grade Tigers defeated Rolla here at Waynesville. Tomorrow night, Tiger football. We will not be live for that, but that'll be live on Tiger TV from Tiger Stadium just up the hill. Waynesville Tigers will host the Lebanon Yellow Jackets, another rival. Actually a rival back to the Frisco League days in basketball, the 20s and 30s and 40s. So a very old rival, just not in football, but they have played many games over the years in other sports, back when basketball was held outside. And this is going nowhere. That is 38, broke through the line of the Tigers. And I believe that is a turnover. So the Tigers are going to take over 1st and 10. Trying to reset everything here. And we are good there. It's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. That was Malik Steele. The roster is corrected and updated, so we're going to be rocking this correct roster here. I want to thank Olson Solutions for these middle school broadcasts, bringing you coverage of middle school Tiger football. We'll be here Saturday for the Tiger Frogs, and that is caught. We're going to have a touchdown on that. That kind of fooled me on where that was going, so we're going to take a look at that. And I did catch it there, just a wide open for the Tigers. So Tigers will start on the scoreboard. We're going to have a whistle here. Looks like a buckskin coming out of the game. And that is number 3, is it 31? Gabe Bells is the wide receiver. So Gabe Bells with the reception. I believe it is Gabe Bells. I'll correct it if not a little bit later here. We'll take another look at that. 2-point conversion for the Tigers. Straight down the middle. Conversion is good. So Tigers are going to start off scoring after this reception. Connection to, looks like number 31, Gabe Wells. So that is a touchdown. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be back. It's back here. Tigers ready to kick off. Kick is deep. And the Buckskins, that is 34 with the return for Joey Barber. No yards gained, but good stop. That is Ziller Jones. So 1st and 10 for the Buckskins. This is a 7th grade game. We'll have the 8th grade game following this on the same link. So stick around for that. Buckskins, 2 plays, turn the ball over. Tigers scored on the first play. Tigers with the defensive stop again. That is, we're just going to say we're going to have a pack of Tigers on that one. That's going to be 2nd and about 13, maybe 12 coming up. Also want to thank for this lovely camera here. I really like this camera. Thank Post Pawn Shop and Brian Borum, Cross Creek Realty, for making this possible, working out to make this happen. They are sponsors of the Frisco League tournament, among other things, this season. They're always good sponsors to help out with Frisco League basketball. Next week, we will have live varsity football from Hillcrest High School. Of course, middle school Tigers will be back here, the 8th grade. 2nd down coming up. We may have a soccer game in Springfield also. This is no gain. That is 3rd and 12. Now, that is depending on what happens. I may have something else come up, but if I do, then I'll replace it with another soccer game, most likely a district game for you. So we'll keep coverage of district action if that happens. Districts in Ozark for Waynesville. Waynesville Soccer Tigers off to their best start in school history now. They're 8-0. They're playing tonight. They're playing Nixa. Then they have a tough conference matchup on Tuesday at Springfield Glendale. And then they'll play Lakeway, and they'll have Kickapoo down the road also. So 3 big games coming up. Again, Joey Barber gets free. Ball is loose, however, he was down. And Haxon Honey with the run. He's another 6th grader here, a young team for the Buckskins. We'll have live coverage this weekend of the Chiefs, Tiger Frogs, and also we'll have live coverage of the Spartans this weekend. So 4 games for you coming from Slaughter Field this Saturday. Just kind of keep track of the page there because, times may not run exactly right. Then if you're not doing anything, you got some Evangel football in Springfield, some Missouri State football in Springfield this weekend. You have the Missouri S&T Miners, lots of football Saturday. And we're going to have a penalty flag on this. This is going to be some free yards for the Buckskins. And that'll make it 3rd and 7 after the penalty. Assuming this is on the Tigers, it is. That is encroachment on the defense. That's the first penalty of the ball game. Tigers setting up in what appears to be a Mike Fire defense to some coaches. I don't think they're going to send them, but they are eager to go if they will. A bit of a wildcat setup. We're in motion, and we're going to make this 3rd and 2 now, so 2 penalties in a row for the Tigers. First 10 yards of penalties back-to-back here. Clock is continuing to run. Just A games today, so one game each, 1 7th, 1 8th grade game tonight. Tigers. This is going to, that is that linebacker fire offense I was talking about, but that's going to be a first down. That is 15 yards and penalties now on this drive. First down for the Buckskins is a gift from the Tigers. And he didn't cross the line, actually, but he came close enough to it. Also have some volleyball districts, Waynesville and Dixon, both hosting. We're going to try to figure out a plan on those to make all that work. Then also for basketball, we have 6 away games coming up, 3 boys, 3 girls, plus the Rolla tournament, St. James tournament. There's no flags. I don't know why they're standing up. There you go. They're waiting. I'm not sure what we have here. We have an official timeout. So we're going to take a break here. We're going to be back in 1 minute after this PS. Buckskins with the fresh first down. Tigers, 3 penalties in a row, gave Joey Barber the first. We're going to look for a handoff. This is 44. He's got some size to him out there. And that is Caden Dines. He's a 7th grader. Clock running down to 2 minutes here. Tigers lead 8-0 right now. They had the reception pass to might have been number 3. We'll try to take a look at that and figure it out, but either way, Tigers with the reception earlier. And quarterback, he's got the ball. I believe that's the quarterback. But again, Honey with the run. 3rd and it appears to be maybe 6. Loss on the play. So this quarter burning away pretty quickly so far. Only mistake is the penalties we've had. This time the Tigers, they are not sending the heat on the defense. Normal defensive line, nowhere to go. And the handoff to Dines is a stop for a loss. 4th and looks like 8 coming up, so a loss of 2 on the play. Clock running down. They may get a delay of game if they can't get this play off. Tigers defense ready to pounce, but we're probably going to run this out to the quarter unless we get a delay of game here. And that will end the first quarter. 8-0, Tigers on top. We'll be back in 1 minute with second quarter. Allen Hilliard Sports. And Joey Barber is going to go for it, and not enough yards. That's a turnover on downs. Tigers will take over 1st and 10. We'll be back in 30 seconds for the Tigers offense. They shotgun behind the center. Handed off. Tigers have room. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns for the Tigers. So Waynesville has held the ball twice, and they have had 2 touchdowns on both plays here. We'll take a look at this touchdown play.
Flag in the end zone. Maybe unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll have to see.
And Adrian Callaway, says wide receiver that he plays, but pretty good running back sweep on that.
So I was right in the end zone. We had a little sting of the football.
And that is 14-0 now for the Tigers. Tigers going for 2. Generally, you don't get much kicking in this age level. I think last week we had a little bit they tried it, so we'll see what happens. But the Tigers are not the kicking kind. We're going to have...
So we have a timeout, Tigers.
Timeout, Waynesville. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this PSA. Tigers back here going for the 2-point conversion. Quarterback. He's going to sneak his way through. That is Wesley Race with the run. He's also a DB on the defense. Tigers up 16-0. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this message from Misha about sportsmanship. Oh, maybe I got to do it this way. We'll be back. Tigers again ready to kick off.
We have the Buskins, number 88 and 34, the return.
Looks like number 6 of the Tigers with the kickoff. That is Branson Wright. And I think they're waiting for the penalty. 88 and 34 for the Buckskins in the back. That is Coulter Van Antwerp. Hopefully I said that right. And Ziller Jones to return. Jones has had 1 return so far for Buckskins in the ball game. Tanner Enks, the head coach. Assistant coaches Kyle Rhodes and Devin Zimdars for the Buckskins. On the Tigers side of things, we have Kelly Walker, Bradley Clark, and Sean Guffey for the 7th grade staff. And this kick is caught. I believe one of the Buckskins ran into the receiver there. Brandon Heinrich ran into him, but he was able to help keep the ball. 1st and 10, 7:39 to go in the first half. Buckskins on offense now. Again, thank you, Olson Solutions, making this possible. Security Bank of Pulaski County for all the coverage, including all the away basketball coverage and home soccer games this year, along with a sponsor of the Frisco League basketball tournament coverage. Allows me to take the entire week off and just broadcast basketball. It's a very fun week. 26 games in a row. Buckskins are going to pick up some positive yardage.
The Buckskins takes down the middle.
That is a good run by Caden Dines.
2nd and 3, ball on the 45-yard line.
So Dines again with the handoff. 7-yard gain on the play. It's a very nice day compared to the forecast originally planned out here. I can't do a whole lot about that motion blur. I'm trying to figure that out, but I don't know. I'm working on it. My only thing, if I do 60 frames a second, it's not there, but the video doesn't look as good. So it's a trade-off, I guess. Might try a better, camera or something.
Loose ball on the field. We'll see
we have a fumble on the play. I may try a better cable maybe or something. I'm working on that whole process. I may just get another capture device that does 60 frames.
So the Buckskins recover. That'll be third
Still
down.
Joey Barber ball. They're going to lose. Looks like a yard on that play. 3rd and 4. But again, thank you for joining us. We had softball last night. Tuesday. Lebanon defeated Waynesville up there at the high school just across. You can see the lights from here. 9-1. That game also on Allen Hilliard Sports, along with highlights either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure when they're coming out. But this play is going nowhere. There's a pack of Tigers on the stop. We have 5:29, just to name a couple, and that is Jamari MacArthur and Amari Tafuti. Apologize if I say these names wrong. Some of them are a handful. 4th down coming up, and looks like 5, maybe 6 now for the Buckskins. And it looks like they're sending their offensive set out. We don't have no little quick kick formation here, so this is we got 34 in motion. And nowhere to go. Well, the Buckskins, that ball's loose. Tigers have it.
Tigers got it.
Tigers, they still have the ball. This may be going back for a touchdown. That is a touchdown. Tigers, number 54, into the end zone. We have a penalty flag on the down, but we're going to take a look at this while we assess the penalty. And that might have actually been down.
Maybe against the Tigers. We'll see.
But that is number 54 of the Tigers. They're going back to where they were. And Dominic Gutierrez with the big run, but I don't believe it's going to stick very long. We're back here at the line of scrimmage. The flag all the way up at the 20. So seeing what happened with that. And there's another flag back here by the 50, though, 45-yard line. So we're going to follow along, see where we're going. And this is a first down for the Tigers, however. Well, they're back where they started, I guess. So first and, I'm guessing, a holding call. Either that or an illegal block at some point. But it's going to be 1st and 10 Tigers. That would have been 3 plays, three touchdowns, but the Tigers, that will reset everything. And Tigers, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns right now. We still have to give Gutierrez some credit there. A lineman making a very big run. One of those unsung players you don't say a whole lot about, and it'd be a highlight, even though it didn't count, to show off to the world. That is a tight huddle going on. Buckskins, they're in a running formation defense. They might be in trouble if we get a sweep here. They're heavy on the left, but the right side, if they can get a lane, they are gone out of this. And the Tigers going for it. Number 11 has room. Tigers. That's going to be a gain of about 30. And that's a first down. But Tahan Hodges, which it says he's also a quarterback, so we got a lot of quarterbacks here. Varsity could probably use a couple of those right now. More on that later. Join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the channel. We'll have a short interview with the Tigers coach, varsity Tigers coach, before his game about the end of last game and this game coming up. Varsity Tigers coming off a loss. We have a penalty to Kickapoo last week. They have Lebanon. This is a penalty against the Tigers, so first and 15.
5-yard penalty, so that'll be first 15.
However, though, the clock will continue to run once the chains are set. Box is down, and we are... Well, he called me a liar. They didn't start it this time. Oh, there we go. This is a direct snap to the back. He has room. If he can make the corner, I don't think he's going to make the end. Oh, he is. That is a touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Princeton. Curry, the running back, on the play. And no flags on the play. We're going to take another look at that. Direct snap back to the running back, and he was gone. Looked like number 70 was close enough to him. Good block by
number 20 takes it out.
The Tigers. The block was Adrian Calloway to save that. And that'll make this a 22-0 ball game. 2-point conversion on the way. Tigers in a Wildcat here. This could go any direction. I'm probably thinking down the middle. Nope, we're going to do a sweep. 39. Joey Barber's there.
And the Bucks can stop the 2-point conversion.
Nowhere to go on that.
Tigers, 22.
So Zachary Schaefer not quite able to get in, but 22-0. We'll be back after this PSA for more. Designated kicker on the scoreboard there.
Number 84, loose ball.
Ball is loose. We're going to see who has it. Tigers say they have it. Tigers do have it. They're going to run back. This might be another touchdown. Joey Barber. We're going to have a penalty flag back here. They blew the whistle during the play. So I'm assuming this is no touchdown. But Gutierrez, that would have been a touchdown for him. And that will come back. But this will probably be Tiger football. Another big run by one of the linemen there. So 2 linemen had 2 touchdowns called back. Hard work by those linemen. That is a good stat for them to have. It is Tiger football. And we're going to be first and 10 from the 45.
And when he went to pick it up, so it comes back. So we'll just figure out who's got the ball in return.
Well, they're discussing this here, whether it is holding on the Tigers. And the way the chains are, it's Tiger football. Tigers will throw their football out there, so it is their ball. That's the second football called back for the Tigers. Where are we going?
It's still Tigers ball, first and 10, ball on the 45-yard line.
Oh, we're going backwards to the other 45-yard line, it looks like. Nope, we're still going. We're back to the 40 now.
Correction. First and 10, ball on the 40-yard line.
We're going to, oh, never mind. That was just the ball thrown up. So Tigers first and 10, and we're going to have them their own 40. Had the touchdown called back due to an illegal hit.
Number 22 takes a snap.
And Tigers are going to gain some ground, though. There is plenty of grass in front here. Got to watch that block, though. That could, yep, that block might That's coming back for the Tigers, most likely.
On the Tigers. Good run, but it comes back.
So again, the Tigers into the end zone, but that ball's coming back the other way. And I would say that would have come back anyway. We had that blocking back there definitely could be causing penalties. But that's going to give us 1st and 15 either way. The false start will erase any progress. Still first down. And you two can also sponsor a game. If you'd like to have something broadcast, let me know. Not only Waynesville sports, we cover the Dixon Bulldogs, we cover Lakeway Hornets, any Frisco League team. And we're going to take a timeout. So here's a message from Misha about sportsmanship. Allen Hilliard Sports, Tigercast every week. And this pass is complete. Tigers still on their feet. They're going to bring this in for a touchdown. And touchdown by 21 of the Tigers.
Touchdown, Tigers.
So taking a look back at that, the Tigers with a big touchdown run. Adrian Calloway with the reception and the score. Of course, he was escorted, I believe, by number 5 out there. So escorted by Jamari MacArthur.
Roughly 60-yard run.
28-0 currently. Tigers looking for that 30. It appears one more score. We're going to have a running clock for the second half. Running clock only stops on scores, injuries, or official timeouts. And a little shift in the Tigers here on the wrong side. Tigers going for 2. Down the middle. This is good. So 30-0. Tigers on top. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. People that have helped us out. A to Z Exterminators over the years. American Family Insurance agent Teresa Stafford.
Number 14 for the Buckskins takes it.
And that is JoJo Archer, 7th grader, able to bring that down. 1st and 10 for the Buckskins. Auto Glass Central, another sponsor of Allen Hilliard Sports, making Tiger football and other games possible. And also, I believe Z Roofing Solutions, a sponsor last year, and I'm sure we'll have some support from them at some point, but either way, thank you for sponsoring to make things happen. And, of course, I want to thank Olson Solutions for making this game possible, and Security Bank of Pulaski County. They are our Bring It Home to the Bank sponsor. Bring you coverage of Waynesville Tiger sports from softball to football to basketball, even to soccer and baseball. Still working on baseball. Buckskins, they're in a tight formation here. I would say they got 2 receivers, but they're definitely going to hand it off. That is a pretty good gain. So Caden Dines with the short run. 2nd and 5, maybe 6 for the Buckskins. Once again, Buckskins, Joey Barber there in the green. Waynesville Tigers in the orange. Following this game, we'll have the 8th grade contest. Stick around for that. And there is no varsity game this weekend on Allen Hilliard Sports. However, you can check the varsity Tigers out at home on Tiger TV. And again, with the run, he's going to bring quite a few. This is 3rd and 3 coming up.
So it'll be bring up 3rd down on the 45-yard line.
Next weekend, however, join us. We'll be in Springfield, Missouri as they face the Hillcrest Hornets. That game will be at 7 p.m. and possibly Tuesday night will be soccer live from Glendale. That is scheduled to change, but that will be replaced with a district game if it does. So we'll have all that worked out for you. We'll let you know the update.
The center stand is open, so make sure you get you some.
Joey Barber on third down. A minute and a half remain in this first half. Tigers, they're looking to block the middle. And nowhere to go.
Quarterback keeps it.
Penalty flag, I believe this went to the head, and this might be on that tackle.
There's a flag on the play.
This might be against, this appears to be against the Tigers. Cannot go for the head. And it's tough with the angle they come in. However, you've got to avoid that the best you can. So a discussion down there trying to figure out, process what's going on. We're going to take a quick 30-second PSA. Down the middle. This is short. That was fourth down. That will be a turnover.
So it'll be 1st and 10.
On the Buckskins. Tigers will take over. 49 seconds left. Tigers looking to probably try to get a running clock here. But we're going to have a timeout, I'm assuming. Well, the Tigers are on the sideline.
While there be an official timeout. We have 49 seconds for.
Nope, Tigers are back out there, so they're just taking advantage of the change of possession.
Buckskins 0.
And Tigers, we might have some receivers out of this set. Looks like 3-2, and I can't see the other number, but that is Williams and Lewis out there. 1st and 10, Tigers just shy of the 40, a couple of yards. They're going to pick up a first and then some. This is a touchdown. And Jamari MacArthur with the touchdown. That will make this game a running clock to start. So Tigers increasing on their lead now. As MacArthur with the run. That will set up the Tigers for another 2-point conversion. That might make this running clock the rest of this half. I'm not sure how they're going to run that, but either way, the third quarter will be running. This Tigers team coming off a win in Rolla last week. We don't have a score on that one. At least not on here, I don't. Tigers trying to pass. The quarterback, he's wide open. He is going to connect on the pass.
And the pass is good. It's another 34, 2-point conversion.
And the pass is getting some love on that, adding some points that he had taken away earlier. So he'll get his name in the stat line this time. Joey Barber, they're going to fall on this. 1st and 10, 37 seconds to go in this first half. Look like possibly number 88 with that.
34-yard line.
And that is Vanentorp, 6th grader. So Joey Barber, they have 37 seconds to do something here. So far, they have not tried to throw it, so this could be a one-play thing going into the half. Tigers will get the ball. I think the Tigers will get the ball. I don't remember. Yeah, Tigers will get the ball to start because Joey Barber had it first. They should get the ball anyway. But we'll wait to see what happens there. Second half, we're going to take a look at some scores from around the Tiger Sports the last week or so. Catch you up on all that information. Joey Barber is a feeder school in Lebanon. They're just north of town there. And this run, that's a pretty good run. That's a first. Tigers will bring them down. That is a 20-yard pickup run. So Caden Dines, 20 yards on the play. That will also stop the clock momentarily, if not till the snap, depending on if he was out of bounds or not. So a little spark in Joey Barber there. Not giving up yet. Tigers up 38-0, but Joey Barber fighting away. Clock is moving, though, so this might be the last play unless they can run out of bounds. And they don't have time to draw anything off sides, but we're going to have a penalty flag. It's coming from one of the... Oh, this is encroachment on the Tigers.
So it would be Joey Barber on the 40-yard line with 5 yards for the first down.
Unlike the Mizzou Tigers here, Joey Barber does not have a 61-yard kicker, so we are not kicking this ball. And this will be the last play, maybe.
The last and final timeout.
So we're going to have a time out by Joey Barber. We're going to take a break. This very well could be a sweep. It's going to be attempted to be a sweep. And that will be the final play of the half. No timeout for Joey Barber. Caden Dines with the short gain. The gain of about 2 will end the half. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the second half of football. And this will be a running clock. Once it starts, it will pretty much run this half. Unless the Buckskins ball, that's going to be a penalty flag. Either way, it's Tiger football. It did not go 10 yards.
Mandatory 10 yards, so it'll be a flag.
So it will be Tiger football no matter what.
So it's Tiger's ball.
First and 10 from, looks like the Buckskins side of the 50 to start this. And once the clock starts, it should keep on rolling. Did they just give it to Joey Barber? Oh, this is interesting. Joey Barber is going to start with the ball. It did not go 10 yards, and I believe Joey Barber touched it first. But it will be Joey Barber football, it looks like. So, Buckskins now first and 10. And a little bit of confusion here. Not sure what the confusion is at the moment, but there is definitely some confusion there. Buckskins, a little bit of trouble on the handoff. They're going to be stopped short for a gain of 3 or 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for Joey Barber. And I promised you some scores. We're going to find some scores. See if I could figure out where to go on here. Maybe I could go on this one. Can't go backwards, apparently. Joey Barber with the run. Again, got to watch those hands to the helmet. However, that's a short gain. Maybe 1 after everything. 3rd and about 5 coming up. Other stuff going on. Is this today? This is today. So we do have a tennis score update. Varsity girls fell 1-8 to Capital City.
Takes the ball upfield. It's now 3rd down.
7th grade volleyball is playing. 7th and 8th grade is playing. There's no score update for that right now. And tomorrow, the JV girls tennis tournament is going on all day. Third down and 5. Not sure that formation there. Something's a little off about that, but that'll make this 4th and about 3.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Lady Tigers golf team, they are at the MSU High School Golf Relays today. Boys soccer, they will have the varsity portion of their contest at 6:45, so not too much longer. They'll be playing Nixa. Currently, they're undefeated at the moment. So far, the best start in Waynesville that they've had in a while. Tigers are going to pick up a first down on the play.
Keeps it, but he's tackled in the backfield. That'll be changeover on down.
And that is 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And we're going to look ahead at the softball schedule. I mentioned on Tuesday the Lady Tigers fell to Lebanon. They fell to Glendale 2-7 on the road last week. The next game at Kickapoo, that is today at 4:30. So we don't have a final on that yet. That's another conference game. They will face Rolla on the 26th. They have a tournament on the 23rd. And they'll travel to 0-9 Parkview on the 28th. We'll have live coverage on the October 2nd of the Crocker Lady Lions as they come to Waynesville for senior night here at Waynesville. That's up at the softball field. And then the Lady Tigers will host Bolivar. They'll travel to Joplin in a former Ozark Conference game, not Ozark Conference anymore. And then they will take the trip to Rogersville before districts. Tigers, they have room on the sweep.
Takes it to the outside.
Tigers are going to score here. We have no flags on the play.
Touchdown, Tigers.
So take a look back at this. That'll give the Tigers a 44-0 lead now in the contest. And then taking a look at the varsity schedule for varsity football. Waynesville will host Lebanon tomorrow night. That'll be at 7 p.m. at Tiger Stadium. Lebanon coming in 4-0. Then they'll travel to Springfield Hillcrest on the 29th. Hillcrest 0-4. Then the Tigers will host a 3-1 Bolivar team, pulling off an upset over West Plains and only lost to Lebanon right now. Tigers will then travel to 0-4 Rolla, and then they'll face a 3-1 West Plains team to close out the season. These games are very important as Ozark is part of the COC. And district-wise, that's number 11 of the Tigers. That conversion is good. So Hodges for the Tigers for the score. We're going to take a break. Back here in 1 minute
So the
after this PA. And And we are back. That was Callaway with that last touchdown, by the way. This is kicked short. Joey Barber, Tigers, did they get it? It's going to fall in the middle. We're going to figure out. Tigers say they have it. Tigers come away with the ball. That's a 1st and 10 for the Tigers from right at the 40-yard line.
So the kickoff for Cutlery.
And the chains are going the wrong way. It is Tiger football. They're trying to tell the chains where to go there. It's actually a 39-yard line is the first down. So far, the high mark for the Tigers is 70 points set by the 8th grade this year. That was against Bolivar. That game, 8th grade, is going to follow the 7th grade game. But the 7th grade Tigers coming off a win over Rolla to help their season out. And then after the varsity games the following Monday, we're going to have something here. We're going to have a timeout, I believe.
Yes, timeout, Tigers.
So Waynesville will take a timeout. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. And Tigers set up in the snap directly to number 8. And that is a touchdown, Waynesville.
Down the field.
We do not have a flag on the play. That is Malachi Ricks with the touchdown.
A 45-yard run for the young man.
And 45-yard pickup for Malachi Ricks to make this a 52-0 ball game. Tigers going for 2 again. But looking at Class 6 District 5, Nixa's 4-0, Joplin's 3-1, and Kickapoo is 3-1. Nixa and Joplin, and then Ozark, of course, is 1-3 with Waynesville. So Tigers, this conversion is no good. Tigers will remain 52-0. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this for more Tiger football. 2:25 to go in the third. Once again, we are under running clock. Once the clock starts, Buckskins, they will fall on it. And Joey Barber will secure the football. JoJo Archer with the return on the play. Buckskins 1st and 10 from the 30. Looks like the 33-yard line is where they're going to be officially at. Yeah, Ozark and Waynesville are both 1-3. Now, the points are where the difference is going to make. It's not necessarily by record, but Nixa and Joplin and Ozark will play each other. So Nixa and Joplin will play each other, which is going to make a big difference here, and I think they may have already, but we'll look at that. But it is 43.92 points for undefeated Nixa. They did defeat Webb City this year. Webb City, a powerhouse, of course, in Class 5. Joplin, 39.83. And a sweep in the back. Tigers are there, but that's a long way to go. Good run by number 88 of Joey Barber. Van Antwerp with the run, but that's going to bring up 2nd down. Good effort on that. And then Kickapoo, the Ozark Conference. Tigers playing them last week, falling to them. But that'll be your top 3 teams. Either way, we're going to have, I'm thinking Nixa and Joplin. Joplin will be 1 and 2. Kickapoo maybe 3, depending on how things fall. But anything can change. Still a lot of football to play. So essentially, the team that has the most points will host the game in the 4 seed. So Waynesville currently has 21 points even, and Ozark has 21.83. So looking at Ozark's schedule this coming week, the Ozark Tigers, they're coming off a loss to Willard, who's 3-1. They're going to be traveling to Webb City. So if generally what is expected to happen happens in that ball game, it's going to depend on who has the least lost points when the districts update. And then the following week, we're going to take a break. It is the end of the third quarter. We'll talk about this some more when we get 8 minutes to go in this ball game. Joey Barber, another handoff, looking for an inside sweep instead of the outside. And looked like that was Haxon Honey with the run. But the Ozark will face 1-3 Carthage, while Waynesville will face the winless Hillcrest next week, most likely. So you could have a situation where both teams win those games and lose these other games, so we're still even. But then 0-4 Neosho is what Ozark will play, and then 1-3 Branson before they have a Nixa team at the end of the season, which is going to be a very tough ball game. It is 4th down. That is a turnover on downs, and that is a 1st and 10. So a Tiger victory over Rolla and Hillcrest could almost secure them a home game. But they're going to need another game to assure that could happen. Just a lot of scenarios that could happen here out of all this. And then, of course, an upset by Ozark over Nixa would really throw a wrench in things. But there's a lot of opportunities here. The 1-3 seeds are pretty much set. I'm going to imagine Kickapoo, they might wind up Kickapoo might wind up, sneaking in that number 2 seed, but they're pretty safe at number 3 in the district. Kickapoo still has to travel to West Plains, but the Chiefs will have 3 home games in a row. However, they'll be Bolivar and Glendale the last 2 weeks of the season. So Kickapoo could wind up falling a little bit. They're not going to fall out of 3rd, though. That is pretty much set. And Tigers set up again, this time in a shotgun, a couple backs. Flag on the play. False start, probably, maybe not.
Flag on the play against the Tigers.
So we're going to see. So that is the wrong direction for the Tigers. 1st and 15. So there's a possibility the Tigers, like I said, could wind up hosting a district here at Waynesville. Last year they had a weird situation where they lost to Rolla, but it actually helped them in order to play Central, which they then defeated, and they fell here at home last year in the playoffs. But we're going to have a timeout. Waynesville is going to take the timeout, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after this PSA. Game at 7 p.m. That game will probably determine the number 1 seed. As the ball's bobbled by the Tigers, they're going to pick up some yards, and that was a hit. We're going to have this called back. That is not a touchdown, as that hit was definitely excessive force.
With the run, take it back into the end zone. Of course, everyone saw
and that will bring this play back. That is something you cannot do to a defenseless player. That is not part of the play. So clock continuing to run. And that is bringing the ball back quite a bit. It is still 1st down. So we're going to see where the ball is eventually set. And This is going to be 10. Oh, we got a lot of yards to go here now. We're going to be about 23, somewhere in that area. Their 1st and 22 is a good number. Only just because it randomly popped up, but 4.5 minutes to go. Tigers, again, that's the 3rd touchdown that has been called back. I don't know. This pass is up. That is caught. That's a first. That might be a touchdown. That is a touchdown play for the Tigers. And that is completely unexpected. That is the first time that has been tried today, and that is like a, almost sailed up there like a punt, just kind of threw it up like a rebound. And came down with it, rolled on into the end zone for the touchdown. That's going to make this a 58-0 score at the moment. 8th grade game will follow this. Tigers again going for 2. And then Ozark and Nixa will play the final game of the regular season. So that's another big matchup district-wise. And then that'll accumulate with points. Now, smaller schools have an advantage because, say, a Class 2 school plays 3 Class 6 schools. They're going to get 10 bonus points for every team that plays up, essentially. So they get kind of an advantage to play bigger schools. The Tigers, we have a penalty. And this is not sure what this is. It might be a forward lateral, but this will be accepted no matter what it is. Tigers will kick back off. So we're going to go back. We're going to take a quick 30-second PSA break, and we'll be back with more Tiger football. Tigers on. That is Nixa Eagles schedule, and I've seen Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Joey Barber takes it.
And again, the Buckskins will down this. So Archer will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Buckskins. 3:18 remains. Now we're going to go and update. Go into the right school so we can look at some Waynesville varsity volleyball action. See what they've done, what's coming up for the Lady Tigers. Tigers are 2-6-1 right now. Victory over Sullivan and a victory over Springfield Central. Tonight they are playing at Camdenton. This weekend they'll be in the Megan Gross Invitational. 25th they'll host Licking, then they'll host Hillcrest. That game will be broadcast on Tiger TV on the 26th. 28th they'll be at Glendale. Rolla tournament on the 30th. October 3rd they will face Lebanon. A lot of volleyball to go still. Then they'll travel to Kickapoo, travel to Osage, then they'll host Rolla. Then they'll play Parkview before the district tournament. Lady Tigers district is, they're looking, well, their district isn't really seeded well. Springfield Central and Waynesville are both sitting at the bottom with 2 wins right now. But the seating isn't the same as football. Ball's on the ground.
Yeah, loose ball, but it appears that the Buckskins receive it.
That was Highs with the run.
3rd down.
But the Waynesville district includes Central, Glendale, Kickapoo, Lebanon, Nixa, Ozark, and Republic. And those games will be played at Waynesville High School. There's 8 teams in it, so Waynesville will face the either 1 or 2 seed, which Nixa is probably 1, Republic number 2, Kickapoo also up there, top 3. So Lady Tigers will probably play one of them again. course, Ozark Conference opponent. That ball's down. And this clock is going to run out.
Game for now 4th and 9.
It is 4th down now. So Tigers will pick up a victory here. Congratulations to both teams. This game is not only athletic, it's also educational for these two teams.
With 27 seconds left on the clock.
But we'll be back here in probably about 15 minutes as the Tigers and Buckskins will face off about 7:20, 7:30, depending on when they're ready to go. Probably just come back at 7:15, grab you something to drink, and wait for the show. And the final play of the game is going nowhere.
Keeps it.
And we have a penalty flag, so
penalty flag at the last play.
We're going to see what this is. Nope, that is it.
That's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen, as they set up for the next one. So the Tigers.
So final score, it is 58-0. Tigers on top. We'll be back for 8th grade action in a little bit.
For our second game of the evening.
Shot up. That is in. Barber with the win. Have room to run. Toronto, Henry are both there. Henry is